David here and welcome to Btekt. This video is sponsored by Direct Mobiles. Check out their deals at directmobiles.co.uk. You've probably heard the name Huawei in the news for all the wrong reasons at the moment, but despite this, the tech community is patiently waiting for their next flagship release, and for good reason. The Huawei P40 Pro is expected to launch within the next couple of months with what could possibly be the most advanced smartphone camera that we've ever seen. The Huawei P series phones always impress by pushing the boundaries of smartphone photography. Last year's P30 Pro amazed people with its 5x periscope style optical zoom and really impressive low light abilities. The P40 series is due to be unveiled in early March in an event in Paris, just like the P30 and the P20 series. If you're sub to Btekt, then you might know that I've been following some of the leaks and rumours about this device. I kind of have a soft spot for the P series. The P20 was one of the first, if not the first, video that I ever made for Btekt. You're watching Btekt. My name's David Wildman, and I was thrilled to be at the launch of the Huawei P20, P20 Lite, and P20 Pro in Paris. This is a phone we're really excited. Yeah, my style was quite wooden back then, and some would argue that it kind of still is, but I do like to think it has evolved a little bit. But anyway, I was given a P20 Pro at the launch and let loose around Paris, and just remember being utterly blown away by the night mode of this camera. That phone was a little bit of a game changer when it came to photography. So with the P40 Pro just around the corner, here is everything that we know so far about this device. Evan Blass recently posted images of exactly what the P40 and the P40 Pro will look like, and these images give us the camera's focal length and f-stop information. We are expecting to see a new Sony-made 50 megapixel sensor, possibly with the same RYYB color filter layout as their previous flagships, giving the cameras good ISO performance at extremely high values. There should be a 40 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, possibly the same Cine style 40 megapixel sensor that they have in the Mate 30 Pro. It is great to have high megapixels in the ultra wide angle lens to capture more of the tiny detail that you would tend to get when shooting with the ultra wide angle lens. Hopefully it will see some tweaks and improvements over the Mate 30. The word about the Telephoto lens this year is that it will have a 10 times optical range, and digitally it will be able to zoom all the way up to 100 times. Now 100 times sounds fine and all, but as long as it's usable. The 50 times digital zoom on the P30 Pro never really gives you a good shot of anything at all. Everything is just a blur more or less. So for me, 100 times will only be impressive if it can give me a relatively clean shot. I guess you could argue that this is where more megapixels would be more useful, but we think that we're getting a 12 megapixel sensor with the periscope zoom. Around the front, we're getting a dual camera system in a pill-shaped cutout to the left side. Now, pill-shaped cutouts, circular cutouts, any kind of cutout on my screen I find distracting, and I would really prefer a notch over these kind of screen cutouts. But that's just me. But every now and again, it kind of catches my eye, and for a split second, I think there's a dead spot on my screen or something. This one seems to be quite large as well. Despite that, I don't think that we're going to get any kind of 3D face unlock tech inside there. I'm hoping I'm wrong about that, but as far as the cameras go, we should have an ultra wide angle lens and a wide angle. Although I'm not in love with that screen cutout, what I am in love with is the idea of curves on all four sides of the screen, which we expect to see on the P40 Pro. I think this is one of those things that when you see it face to face, it will be much easier to appreciate. And I think it could be one of the best looking devices around. Elsewhere on the P40 Pro, we're expected to see a 5000 mAh battery that will charge at a speed faster than ever before. We're hearing that it could charge at 65 watts. As for the P40, it does seem that Huawei have opted to go down the route of offering a device that is slightly less capable and has a smaller form factor, rather than producing one device but in two sizes. For me, the P30 is a highly underrated phone, really only lacking the time-of-flight sensor from the P30 Pro, and delivering pretty much the same experience just in a smaller package and without the curved screen. The P40 seems like it will be down again on sensors when compared to the P40 Pro, and will lack the fancy four-sided curve. But no doubt it will be cheaper than the Pro, and I think this will be a very good handset regardless. For the software, we expect the latest version of EMUI 10. Now I've been using this EMUI 10 for a few months now on the P30 Pro, and I've just updated it onto my Mate 20 Pro as well, giving the device a whole new lease of life. The Mate 20 Pro is a great device, and now it just feels like new. EMUI 10 is a beautifully designed piece of software, a great visual redesign from EMUI 9. Everything is new here. It now has much cleaner and more organized appearance. Icons have a more modern look and there is slightly more space in between them, making it easier to find the one you want. It's great to have a system-wide dark mode, and even the camera app gets a new look. Expect the processor to be the Kirin 990 5G chipset. It'll be interesting to see if they offer a non-5G version. There's no word on how much RAM it will have, but that is quite normal with specs leaks as it can vary from region to region. But of course there is the fact that none of these handsets will come pre-installed with Google services, thanks to the ongoing US ban on Huawei, but rather than just release the phone anyway, which is what they did with the Mate 30 Pro. This time we should see replacements for the Google services from Huawei. They've invested millions worldwide, incentivizing developers to create versions of the apps that we expect and that can be installed on Huawei devices. It is a big step for Huawei and nobody is really sure how this is going to turn out for them. But with these handsets release dates just around the corner, it won't be too long until we find out. Being somebody who loves photography, I really hope that we don't miss out on the P40. Either way, I plan to be at the launch, so make sure you're subbed to Btekt as I'll have videos out as soon as I get my hands on them. And of course the best place to look if you want to buy one of these phones is the Direct Mobile's website, a place where you can compare all of the available deals for mobile phones with all of the different networks, all there on the one website. Plus they have over 24 years of award-winning customer service. It's got to be worth checking out. The link is in the video description below, or search directmobiles.co.uk. Also down in the description is a link to the Btekt Amazon shop, where you'll find all our favourite tech and accessories which are all recommended by us. It's definitely worth checking out. And that's it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a like and a comment if you did, and of course subscribe for more Btekt. Follow me on social media. My name's David, this is Btekt.